Hey guys, what up? Mr. CT here with another Madden video. And just a little disclaimer first. If you haven't watched my last video or generally watch my videos for Madden 13, I wouldn't necessarily recommend watching this one unless you're just into Ultimate Team in general and want to see me talk about some stuff. But obviously, as you can see, my quarterback, if you see my last video, is the 2-star Aaron Rodgers. I think I'm going to flip him over here if I didn't already. Yeah, there we go. And I'm just generally talking about, like, my players in this, and then there's, like, I show their stats a lot, and then talk about if there's anyone better than them. And obviously, the 2-star Steve Young is someone who's better than Aaron Rodgers, but obviously it costs a lot to get all those different cards to get in there. I recently acquired the 97 Steve Young, but it's still going to be expensive, so I don't really think I'm going to really look to improve the quarterback position. Then I have Walter Payton. This probably isn't a position I'm going to look to improve. I'm not going to look to improve either. His stats are pretty ridiculous. Obviously, there are some 2-star and even 3-star guys at this point that are better than him. But, I mean, how good do you need the running back to be? His stats are insane. And I've always done good even with the lower 95 running backs and stuff that I've had so far in this game. Then I have the second edition of Vontae Leach, and I just wanted to talk about how his run block, strength, footwork, and impact blocking were all good, which is what I care about in a fullback, because I rarely really throw to them in this game. I did a little more last year, so I really care about their blocking, because that's typically what they do for me, and there's really no one with better blocking than him. I know there's a campus hero. Then I got the 2 1-star Calvins and the Larry Fitzgerald. Obviously, I know the 1-star Jerry Rice and the dude from the Cowboys, Michael Irvin, are just as good as these guys, if not better, and the 2-stars as well. But those guys are obviously hard to get, so these are the guys I'm probably going to stick with, I would think. They're all pretty good, and I'm not even sure. I used to have 2 Calvins, and I actually sold one of them, so I'm not sure what exactly I'm going to do with these guys. I think my video might be freezing here, guys, so let me see. Oh, nope, never mind. Tight ends, I have Shannon Sharp and then the 292s. And I just want to talk about how, really, honestly, you don't need anything better. Obviously, I only need the key Shannon Sharp at this point. And I'm not really sure what other tight ends are good, what 2-star tight ends are good. That's what I'm saying, I only need the key. And then, obviously, I put this one in for the 2-star, which would be better. But this 1-star is absolutely insane. He's come through a bunch of times, and I don't really see a reason why you would need a better tight end. I mean, it'd be nice, but it's not something that I'm probably going to invest in either, because that key always is very expensive every time I try to find it. Then left tackles, obviously, I would like to get Joe Thomas or Jason Peters, who are better than Jake Long. I just got Jake Long, though, so I'm not really in a rush to get them. I'd like, actually 2 Joe Thomases, one to play at left and one to play at right, because to me it doesn't look like, I mean, I'll talk about it at right tackle more, it doesn't look like there's any good right tackles in this game. At left guard, I got the 97 Gene Upshaw. He's pretty good. Obviously, acquired him recently as well. Obviously, the 1-star or the 2-star would be better, but I've looked those up, and they look pretty crazy to get as well. So this probably isn't a position that I'm really going to necessarily look to upgrade either. I can't exactly see his stats in the small screen I'm looking at, but I'm pretty sure all the blocking stats were above 90s and stuff. Then I've got Chris Myers, my center, who's been my center for a while. I don't know how great his stats are. Obviously, Nick Mangold is the best center in the game. I really don't know who else would be better than Chris Myers. But Nick Mangold, I looked him up yesterday. He was running on the expensive side, which kind of surprised me. But if he's cheap, I'll definitely look into getting him. At right guard, I'm not sure who much is better. I mean, this is my best offensive lineman, so I'm not really interested in upgrading him right now. I do know that the guy from the Saints, Jari Evans or something, I don't remember his name, might be better. And then right tackle, obviously, I have Jeff Otal, who's not very good, but I've looked up the 90s, and there's only 3, and they all seem to have a really big weakness. I really don't like any of them, so I'm probably just going to end up playing a left tackle there. At left end, I do have the best gold left end in the game, Mario Williams, but honestly, he's been very bad. Whether I play with him or I let the bot do it, he just sucks. I don't know, his finesse move is high. I typically do like power move guys, but usually, at least with the bot, he'd do pretty good, but he hasn't been at all, so I don't know exactly what to do. And then I also look at my Reggie White and realize he doesn't have good finesse or power move either, so I don't know how good he's going to be either. I'm just not sure really what to do with the defensive end positions. And then I have Trent Cole. There are obviously some better guys than him, like Jared Allen. There's really a bunch of people that are better than him, but he's done pretty well. I would obviously like to get guys like Jared Allen and stuff. That's one position I really didn't look up, so I'm not exactly sure. Then defensive tackles, I got the 2 Mean Joe Greens. Obviously, the 2-star Mean Joe Green would be better, but it's not necessary. I rarely play a defensive tackle because I run the Ravens defense, and he's pretty good, honestly. And like I said, I really rarely use them, so it's not something I'm going to look into. I have all the cards except for the key coach, but he looked to be expensive. I'm not really sure if I was trying to find him the correct way, but he seemed expensive. At left outside linebacker, Von Miller. Obviously, there's no really good left outside linebackers in the game, so I'm always going to play a right there. I considered getting a Clay Matthews, an actual left outside linebacker, but he's still not like great. And then middle linebacker, obviously, I got Ray Lewis and Brian Urlacher, really the 2 best guys I can get without selling an arm and a leg. Obviously, the hardest working Ray Lewis is better, and then the top-rated Patrick Willis and the 2nd edition Patrick Willis, but they are all out of hand right now. If anyone, I guess I'd get the hardest working Ray Lewis. I'd probably buy him because the collection looks pretty hard. But yeah, I wish there were some better guys besides those really high-rated guys that were extremely expensive. Right outside linebacker, I got the Derek Brooks and the 2 Terrell Suggs, and I just want to say, generally with my linebackers, I like high hit power, and these guys actually don't have high hit power. So they're probably not even the best choice for me, but I don't know. A lot of guys don't seem to have high hit power, but I do want to get a 1-star DeMarcus Ware, but last time I looked, there was only one up, and he was rather expensive. And I could get a few other guys, like the 2nd edition Clay Matthews, maybe to play at left or something. But I don't love any of these guys, honestly. I mean, I like Terrell Suggs normally, but he doesn't look great after actually looking after his stats. Obviously, like some of the legends and stuff would be good as well, Lawrence Taylor and stuff, but those guys look pretty crazy to get. And then the cornerback position, I'm pretty happy here, obviously. I'm sure these guys are going to do absolute work. I mean, that one Dion, the key, was great. I wanted to just say that I'm not really sure about the Deion Sanders collection. I do obviously have 3 of them right there. I already have one in the collection, like the uniform or whatever the heck it is. But the 95 Deion, for some reason, I swear it used to be only like 3,000 coins. It's at 50,000 right now. If he goes down in value, I will probably get the 2-star because he's insane, but not something I'm really looking into right now because I have so many good corners. I'd love to have a 2-star, but I mean, I haven't even seen how the 1-star is yet, and I might honestly rather have like 3 or 4 Deions than having one really great one. I know these guys have bad tackling and sometimes in like press or play recognition or what is it? Yeah, press coverage and stuff. But I mean that 95 has done absolute work for me. So I think it might honestly be better to have multiple Deions. Obviously, I could just get the 2-star and then go out and buy one of the keys or something, but that'd be really expensive. So. And I was just looking at their stats as well. I'm not really sure if I'm going to use Dick Lane. I don't know if I really like his stats. I just happened to have him in here when I was doing this video. I might use a guy like Joe Hayden or something instead. And then at free safety, I have the Eric Weddle, but I have to say I don't love his stats. A lot of the safeties in this game seem to be hard hitters, which is not what I care about. I really care about their zone coverage and play recognition. I mean, his zone coverage to me looks average. I think it's 85 if I'm reading that right. And I mean, it looks like he's good at tackling and stuff, which is nice to have them, help with the run game. But honestly, I kind of like the Ronnie Lott that I have here better, and some of the cards I've had in the past, like the Michael Griffin, maybe even the Earl Thomas. I haven't looked at all their stats exactly. And obviously, it'd be nice to get an Ed Reed as well. That's probably the ultimate guy that I would want. I don't know if he's really, really great either. And I'd love to get some of the legends as well. And I'm sure they're all expensive. Some of the 1-star Ronnie Lott and stuff. But I don't know. I don't really love either of these guys, so. I know I go through him for a while here. He has a little better, I think, zone coverage there at 92, and play recognition isn't great though. So I'm not really sure exactly where I'm going to go with the free safety position. I might have just eventually just buy Ed Reed and just go with that. Then a strong safety, I got Adrian Wilson. I realized his stats are not really something I like either. His play recognition is in the 70s. His zone coverage is only about 85, 86. So I'd like to get a Palomalu, but he's known as a big hitter as well. Then I have the kicker, just George Blanda. I'd obviously like to get that Thanksgiving one they came out with the 100 stats and stuff, because he's obviously the best kicker in the game. But the quarterback George Blanda that you have to buy for that is really expensive. And then in punter, I would one second. For punter, I'm just going to probably get the Raiders punter. I also just want to say about the kicker real quick. I'm probably going to do all the fantasy week 1 challenges and get that David Akers. And he would probably be my kicker instead of this guy right here. He has pretty high kick bar and he's pretty good. But I hope you guys enjoyed the video, and I will be coming out with my first Black Hawk video tomorrow. But I hope you guys enjoyed this video, and I'll see you guys next time.